On and Off the Street podcast, where we talk about everything on and off the streets, from automotive racing to personal growth, recent events, and debatable topics within the racing community, and stories of personal life experiences.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
With your host, Shot in Frame.
And with number 4, we are back live once again here on the On and Off the Streets podcast, where, as stated previously, we talk about anything on and off the streets. I'm super excited today that I've got the one and only longtime friend of mine that I've known since probably high school, Eugenio Mejia.
What's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Oh, not much,
Finally, it's funny. Like I was telling you, you were originally going to be the first podcast. You were going to be the first episode, but with you going through and going with your new job and then my schedule and your schedule, it's just been hard to get both of us down here at the same time. So it's awesome to have you on, and I'm super excited to finally have you down here. That way we're able to sit down and catch up and chat a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to be here.
So we are going to go through a few things. As I sent you kind of the list of subjects that we're talking about. Well, one of the things that popped up is I had it listed as growing up in El Reno. You told me you're not even from El Reno.
Nah, man. I'm actually, so I'm born and raised in California. I'm actually from San Diego. And after on the year, as the years pass by, I actually lived in Mexico too for a little bit, and then whenever recession hit, that's whenever I moved out here.
So I'm guessing you traveled with your family at a young age. How old were you at the time when you were jumping around?
So I believe we moved to Mexico when I was 5. We were there for 2 years, then moved back to California till 2008, and then we finally got over here.
And then you've been in Oklahoma ever since?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, I always thought you were born and raised Oklahoma and you grew up out there in that El Reno area. One of the things that I wanted to go through and kind of introduce you as is one of the dopest photographers I know. We've got quite a bit to cover, especially when it comes not only your photography, but the genre and selection of cars that you've jumped into as well. Because I've got it listed here. Dude, you've been in the drag game, the stance game. You've been now in the import scene again with your newest and latest, the Type R that you had got, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But I kind of want to start off with you growing up. Once you kind of got finalized and set here in Oklahoma, and you had mentioned your family moved over here from the reception. So if you don't mind starting off with that, kind of what you remember at a young age, and then coming over and starting in Oklahoma, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so man, at a young age, we always lived in California. We, my parents both met in San Diego actually, and that's how that happened, right? Well, we were lucky enough to be there. Like it was a great place. I feel like obviously there's a lot of laws nowadays where not everyone agrees with it. I get that. I don't agree.
It was probably a lot more relaxed back then.
Yeah, I don't agree with them either.
Yeah,
but I mean it is a beautiful place with beautiful weather.
Yeah,
like no one can take that away from that. But yeah, man, we eventually stuff happens, can't avoid it. We ended up moving out here to Reno. And it wasn't bad, man. I liked it. It was just weird because it was going from a big city to a small town. Yeah.
Were you in a big city down in Mexico as well, or?
No, actually, no. We lived in my dad's hometown, which is not that big. Almost nobody drives on there. Everybody walks.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody walks or rides a bike.
So I don't know what they call them in Mexico, but I know over in Europe and stuff, they call them villages. Did you guys just go by city or towns, or is it the same thing down there where it conducts into a village?
Yeah, so it's essentially a village. It's a pueblo. So everybody knows it there. They know each other by first name basis.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's not that big.
Yeah.
But at the same time it is. It takes you at least 20, 30 minutes to walk all the way across the village.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, crazy to think about.
So, starting from there and then coming over back into the States again, you were probably only 5 or 6 at the time, but do you remember kind of a culture shock, or was there a change in the way of living or kind of the way you saw things, even when it comes from like day-to-day advertising or vehicles on the road or structures that you see? Because for me, for example, you can call me ignorant or whatever you'd like to say, but I've never been to Mexico, so I have no idea what it's like down there. So
No, man, it was a culture shock, even as a little kid, because, everyone always remembers a certain point in life where they start actually remembering everything.
yeah,
I started remembering everything when I was in Mexico. So when I finally, moved back to the States, it was weird because, my dad had vehicles over here. So, like, you don't have to walk everywhere now.
yeah.
It's just different, and obviously growing up as a, first generation, Latino here, I actually didn't know any English until I was, I want to say 5 or 6.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't learn any English till then.
Even when you guys were out in California, you primarily just Spanish?
Yeah, so, man, not many people know this. I know there's a lot of places nowadays, like a lot of schools that offer, like, programs for kids that don't talk English at all.
Yeah.
But over there, they have bilingual teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So in case there's a kid that doesn't, obviously hasn't learned English at that level yet, they go to a bilingual teacher, and that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough, man. I was still young.
Yeah.
I learned English in 1 year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But yeah.
Was it hard? Was it a struggle?
It was a struggle
because,
man, I was like, man, I don't know this. Obviously, as a kid, you don't doubt yourself yet, but I'm like, this is hard.
Yeah. Will I ever be able to do it? That's another thing, dude. I've got like a little just hint words here and there of Spanish, but I've always wanted to actually sit down and take it on and learn it. Mainly because, dude, the Hispanic culture, and the Hispanic community, especially here in Oklahoma City in the South Side, continues to grow and grow and grow. And I've always wanted to, interconnect and be a part, even if it is just having a pop-up conversation with somebody and being able to be fluent in Spanish and being able to continue that conversation, thus that we would have. So I've wanted to sit down and do it, but dude, it is one of those things. It's like, shit, am I going to be able to pick this up, or am I just going to be on the struggle bus the entire time?
No, man, it is hard. It's just hard because, English is almost like, it's not really the opposite of Spanish, but they're completely different languages. So either one trying to learn the other, is hard.
Yeah.
Like, someone from here trying to learn Spanish is hard. Someone from Mexico trying to learn, or, Central America, wherever they come from, them trying to learn English is hard as well, because they're two completely different, accents as well. Luckily I can pull both of them off, so they can understand me perfectly.
When you were down there, did you guys have like Americanized TV or like any kind of like cable or propaganda, or technology was kind of still limited back then? So
no, there was still there was normal stuff. Like let's say, I don't know if you remember back in the day, but like, how like they used to have like cartoons on just normal cable, non-cable actually. Like you had an antenna pretty much. Yeah. They have the same thing over there too. Yeah. They have the local channels, and some channels that have cartoons that you can watch for free. Luckily, the one from over there had, they had Pokemon, they had Dragon Balls.
Yeah, so all that regular shit you guys still got over there.
Yeah.
Was it dubbed for Spanish, or was it in English? Was it?
It was in Spanish, so it was weird.
Is it weird watching it now versus like the Spanish and the English now that you understand both?
Yeah, so it is weird because nowadays, I watch. I don't watch many shows, but I do watch anime here and there.
Yeah.
I watch it in Japanese now.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's
it's
so
just
wild.
weird. It's weird, man. Like, but man, it's definitely weird going from Spanish TV to English TV mainly. Yeah. But it was no. I was little. I didn't really realize it until now that I'm grown up.
So once you guys moved over here, you moved into El Reno, and you're pretty much born and raised from there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you go to El Reno school system, I guess, all growing up, and you graduated from there?
Yeah, 8th grade and forward. I went to El Reno.
Yeah. And then so kind of growing up through there, when did you kind of get an introduction into the car scene and kind of grow up with the hobbies that you have now? I don't know what came first. Did the camera come first, or did the cars come first?
Cars came first.
Cars came first?
Yes, for sure.
So was that kind of like an introduction? I mean, were you playing like Midnight Club and like Need for Speed, or what's the earliest memory you have of sparking? Is it something that came down from your dad or from your mom, or what got you into that introduction?
Man, so my dad loves cars. He will deny it. He will say he's not interested in cars. Yeah. But that man loves cars inside. He helped me. He's actually, the main reason why I like cars, because when I bought my first car, he was the one that helped me with doing any kind of work to it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a mechanic or nothing, but that man loves to learn stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that he will say no to. So, like, he helped me with whatever he could.
Yeah.
You know, but that was definitely the main reason. And then, video games, obviously.
Yeah. I think for our generation, dude, video games were a huge impact, dude, because we grew up in that culture with, all the midnight clubs, all the Need for Speeds, Fast and Furious just started coming out and becoming a thing. Dude, I feel like we got the real lucky generation when it comes to, the culture and the impact of the automotive community, and especially the industry growing back at that time of us growing up.
Yeah, man, we definitely got lucky because, like, we're, like, in between generations. It's weird, we got to see all the old stuff and all the new stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost like we get to see all of it.
Yeah,
but
I was talking to Justin about air management on the first episode, and dude, we are even talking about like the shut off and turn off valves for air suspension, and now everything is controlled by your phone. Like you could just fucking set whatever bag left, right, front, rear that you want to what air pressure, and just do it from your cell phone app.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because like, we literally got to see it all. We got to see a whole transition.
Yeah,
and we didn't even realize it until we're in the scene finally.
So what going backwards, what were your hobbies growing up, kind of into the high school, like junior high? What did you do? What did you enjoy doing?
Man, so like back then, I didn't care for sports.
Uh-huh.
I was into video games, obviously.
Yeah.
I loved video games. I loved, anything from Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Man, I remember playing Final Fantasy all the time.
Dude, that's one thing I've missed out on that I need to jump in on. My older brother played it for like the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, but I never got into it. I always missed it. So even the newest ones coming out, I don't know what they're about or what's going on, but I need to just buy one and sit down and play it.
Yeah, man, just play one because they're not all connected.
Uh-huh.
They're all different, like different characters, different timelines.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, definitely video games is what mainly brought me to like cars as much as I do now.
Yeah. So what was your first?
My first car?
Yeah.
Man, I had a 1992 Integra GSR.
Hell yeah.
Hell
yeah.
Man, they're actually, I didn't know at the time.
Uh-huh.
Funny enough, so I was looking for my first car. I had just turned 16. I had been working part-time after school at this local Mexican restaurant, being a dishwasher.
Yeah.
I saved up, some money. They were working there and McDonald's when I was finally 16.
Damn, you had 2 jobs and you were going to school too?
Well, I transitioned from one to the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I saved up enough, and I was like, hey, Dad, I think I'm ready to buy a car. And he was coming back from work one day, just saw on the side of the road for sale. Back then, it was only Craigslist back then.
Yeah.
There wasn't any
Facebook Marketplace.
Nope.
Instagram ads.
There was no Facebook.
Yeah.
I barely had a Facebook back then, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, my dad found it on the side of the road for sale, and he's like, hey, what do you think about this? He brought pictures home that day.
Did you know back then, not to cut off your story, I'm sorry, but did you know back then that you were into imports? Was that your get-go?
Yeah. That was my obviously.
Because of anime and video games and stuff like that? Was that an influence?
Yeah, it was the big influence right there. I mean, I feel like I've always liked everything.
Yeah.
But my first go-to, my dad telling me to buy something economically friendly.
Is that what he's told about the Integra? Was that the get-go?
Well, no. At that point, I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want a Civic or I want an Integra. One of those two.
And then he found that one and brought it home.
Yep, and he brought it home. He actually didn't even tell me. I actually, at first hand, I gave him the money to go get it.
Yeah.
But he came home one day. He didn't even tell me he had it. I got home from work that day at 11.
Yeah.
It was a Friday night. And I asked him, I was like, hey, man, are you going to go look at it again? He's like, what do you mean? It's already here.
No shit.
And I look outside and it's already here. And I was like, oh
what color was it?
It was white. It was white. It had red Rota GT3 wheels.
No shit.
That everybody else back in the day knew about too. But no, man, I was like screaming probably.
You're balling out, dude.
But I was so happy. My first car. You know, it was kind of definitely a priceless moment. Now that I think about it.
So what memories do you have back then with the first Integra? I mean, did you start going to car meets or pop-up shows, or when did that culture kind of influence and get into your life?
So when the first few months I had it, it was just me driving around town.
Yeah.
Didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I was still learning how to drive, on my own.
Yeah.
So didn't really go nowhere. And I want to say a few months after that, one of my friends from Reno, his name's Damien. Yo, shout out to Damien. Haven't talked to you in a while, but he's like, hey man, you want to go to IFO? I was like,
oh shit,
I was like,
IFO.
what? I was like, what's IFO?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's in Tulsa. I was like, yeah, I'm down. Changed my life.
Yeah, that pretty much sparks it all. I think that was it for me too. Was IFO down in Noble, and for those who listening, IFO is basically import face-off, and that is like the race wars of the Midwest. I don't know how it is now. I haven't been in forever, but back then, dude, I remember like, dude, everyone would come out. Like, who was the company with the S2K, the turboed S2K? They would bring out their S2K, and then they also had a Civic Hatch that was boosted. Both of them were fully boosted. But they would come out, dude, you'd have other companies with boosted Hondas come out. It was basically just like the biggest and the baddest imports, whether show or drag racing.
Yeah, that was back then whenever all the big companies that are now, like, let's say T1 Racing, that was when they were still back in Civics, the Hondas. I don't know if anybody knows that or remembers that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, they used to do that.
Didn't Sheepy start off with imports too?
Yes,
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Sheepy, and I remember when they started off with Evo intercoolers. Like, they were huge in the Evo game, and now I follow them on Instagram, and like all they do is fucking imports, dude.
Well, before the Evos, they did Civics and Integras, believe it or not. I still remember seeing Alex Soto's like Sheepy built. He's the guy, but his own personal car on Honda tuning, and I was like, yo, this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, it was an insane car.
That's one thing I miss about back then was the magazines, dude. I wish we still had magazines and shit these days.
Yeah.
Like, dude, one of the things on the bucket list is to get one of my vehicles, whatever it may be, posted in a magazine. I'm like, dude, it's not a fucking thing anymore. Like, it's literally just all internet or social media or Instagram pages.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dude, I miss that from back then. I wish they still did that.
Man, like, it's just it's just different going up to like where the magazines are at the store, and going to see the new issue. You always looked forward to it every month.
Yeah,
but nah, man. But yeah, going back though to that whole IFO thing, the night before that, actually, my friend was like, "Hey, man, I know you're excited for IFO today or for tomorrow, but you trying to go to 39th?" So I got my cherry popped in one whole weekend.
Yeah, doing all the things.
But funny enough, it was too late that night. We didn't go to the 39th.
Yeah.
But I went to the car wash.
Yeah, dude, the Council car wash.
On Council
dude,
Expressway.
Bro, it's crazy talking about that. That's been mentioned in all 4 episodes now. Dude, it's nuts. That was the shit. I feel bad for these people growing up now because they will never experience that. I drove by it the other day and it's a fucking quick wash now.
Yeah, they tore it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's kind of sad.
Dude, that was the literally, like, if you could think of a Fast and Furious or Need for Speed like meetup spot where everyone would show up and pop their hoods, that was the place.
Yeah, so man, I got to see that and it was crazy because man, obviously, not being in the scene yet, you didn't get to see all the cars that are out there. Yeah. Man, I remember the first night I went there, I saw an RX-7 for the first time. Insane. I saw what else did I see? I seen a Supra for the first time. Yeah. There. And then...
You remember those guys that used to mob around in S2Ks with, like, the anime hoods?
Yeah.
Dude, there's like 3 to 5 of them, and they would roll around together with the Slam S2Ks, and each of them had a different color anime hood with the big wing.
Yep.
Dude.
I remember.
Yeah.
Actually, what's funny is that I don't think they're around no more, but man, it's crazy because like there was so many cars there that I remember from back in the day that and then those people aren't really in the scene anymore either.
Yeah.
But it was cool getting brought up with all that.
Yeah.
And
we got very, very lucky.
Yeah.
Dude, with the video games, with the magazines and the culture at the time, and then the shows and the street culture as well. Because, dude, it wasn't like it is today where anything and everything is getting busted or too much drama, or everything's just socialized and presented only on social media.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So how was your IFO experience? What did you get to see and rode through on the first time?
Man, so many cars.
You guys made the drive up there?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours.
It was like an hour and a half because people like to speed. I don't like to speed, by the way. But no, man, it was great. I never seen so many cars in one place before. Yeah, I was so excited. I took pictures. I filled up. You know how back then you used to be able to put an SD card in your phone. I filled up a whole SD card. Yeah, like it was crazy because it was almost like a high. Yeah. It's like, you're like, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when it's all different. It's another culture shock.
Yeah.
Because like I said, automotive game starts and just goes forever and ever. Like the possibilities are endless.
Mm-hmm.
Especially at IFO, dude. Like I said, I don't know how it is this days, but back in the days, dude, it was race wars. It was literally anybody and everybody who had the biggest and the baddest showed up.
Yeah, man. It's not the. I went the other day for it.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun seeing all my friends there, but
yeah.
because I don't go out as much anymore.
Yeah, same.
But man, it's not the same as it used to be. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with Justin and I talked about this, but this kind of new Instagram culture, which has its positives, but it also has the negatives. So you have like, the way of branding and showing out, and all this Instagram fame. People like to do a bunch of stupid shit and like to hot lap spots and get themselves in trouble over and over again, and it's just not the same that it used to be. So when everything was underground and a lot more, quietly spoken, and we got away with a lot more back then. So you remember RS Fuels?
Yeah.
Dude, fucking pumps were packed with the hottest cars, and then everybody parked around RS Fuels. Dude, we used to do that every single Saturday for a whole summer and have no issues at all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, I mean, it almost comes back to the whole, I remember you and Justin talking about it, that no one posted a meet. No one would ask where the meet was. That you knew where it was at,
Yeah.
And you show up,
Yeah.
and that's where it would be at.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I wish it was that way. The spot over East I-35 by Frontier City is all fenced in now.
Is
you
it
remember
really?
going up there? I heard they built the fence. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
what's it called, Carlisle?
So yeah. The one where you like drive over on the east service road, and then you go east, and then you go up the hill into like the warehouse. Yeah, I heard they put a fence. They put a gate in, so you can't even get up there anymore.
That sucks.
Spot got ruined as well.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. That's what happens. It's gonna happen eventually. If, for example, everyone goes there every weekend.
Yeah.
No one switches it up.
Burns it out.
Nothing.
Yeah. And like I said, I feel like this generation are kind of figuring it out for themselves, and by doing so, it's kind of fucking a lot of shit off. Dude, especially these street takeovers, dude. That shit, never in my life have I wanted to go to a cul-de-sac or to a middle of a suburban street intersection and just start doing fucking donuts, or even on the middle of I-240 or I-35.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just the new generation. They don't care.
Yeah.
Like
that and the consequences, right? The consequences probably aren't enough for them.
Yeah, it's almost like,
hey, trying to attack a fly behind the blinds.
Yeah, man, it's weird. Like, I don't know. Man, I was always scared of getting in trouble.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So
you remember 29th? 29th down on the south side, and then they would go over to that old bingo spot where you would have the service road that goes down and under the bridge and back up, and they would street race up that road.
Yeah, when it's like the little U-turn.
Yes, yeah. Dude, that used to be the fucking shit too. Everyone would go down there and line up and race up at the gas station.
Yeah, they would go there, and they would go to B&R.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. I remember LKQ was a hot spot back then. We'd go to LKQ and fucking kick it every now and then.
Man, they go there. They go to FedEx.
Yeah.
They go everywhere.
But back to you, dude. So you had your first car and kind of growing up and graduating through high school. When did you get into the camera game? Did that come before the Mustang?
I think
your first Mustang?
A little bit before the Mustang.
Was it? So you kind of got into photography or picked up? How did that start out?
So not many people know, but my sister is a photographer too.
Okay, no shit.
So I remember one day we were at IFO.
Yeah.
Sure enough, again, and my phone died. I didn't have nothing to take pictures with. She had her camera with her. She was like, "Hey, you want to try using the camera?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm scared because I don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, my sister's been, she's taken pictures since she was like, I want to say 15.
Yeah.
So, man, she taught me how to use a camera and whatnot, and I kind of taught myself how to edit.
And did that get the bite? Did you start using it more and more after that, or what? When did you go into buying your first one, and what was your first camera body?
I think I bought my first one when I was back in like 2015. I want to say I bought a Canon 6D.
Yep.
I actually sold it to you.
Yep. Was that the one?
Yep.
No shit.
That was my first camera.
Really?
Yep. My
Really?
first camera, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, you bought my first camera off of me.
Yeah, that's wild because I started off with that T3,
Which is not a bad camera at all.
Yeah, it wasn't bad for back then.
I mean, I started with like a Rebel XS.
Yeah,
It doesn't even take video. That's how old it is. It was a 10 megapixel camera.
dude, these new cameras coming out that are all mirrorless. I want a Sony A7 so bad. Is that what you have now, or what do you shoot with now?
Yeah, I have a
Dude,
I have an A7
I want one.
A7 III now.
I want one so bad, dude. That will probably be my next camera body. I'll go over into Sony mirrorless.
No, I mean not. I mean, anyone that's looking into Sony, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah,
But obviously, it's not for everybody.
yeah.
You know.
Just don't get a Nikon.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'm
man.
trashing them forever.
No, man, those new mirrorless Nikons.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. Are they wild?
I got to use one in Japan when I
Yeah.
was in Japan.
Yeah,
They are wild.
yeah,
They are good.
yeah.
Same with Canon like R6s.
Dude, the new Canon is nasty.
Yeah.
The brand new one that they came out with that's mirrorless. What is it, the Canon RS, something like that?
Man, I forgot what the name of it
It's
is.
something similar, but dude, that thing's supposed to be extreme.
Yeah, man, it just keep getting better and better. Like I know it's a preference,
Yeah.
but man, they're all good.
So growing up over in El Reno, because they have a heavier drag scene, when did you start getting into the drag? When did street racing become a thing? Because that's how I eventually ended up meeting you. We met each other. It wasn't the Hinton drags, but it was the street drags out there.
Probably, man, yeah, somewhere. Yeah, I think you were out there. Yeah, it was the Small Town Weekend.
Yeah, Small Town
racing.
Weekend, dude. Yeah, that's how we originally met.
Which, funny enough, is next month.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's coming up? Dude, we should go for a reunion.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I remember going out to that. That's where I first had met you. But how did you kind of get into the drag scene and start meeting those people? Because I know you were quite heavy in it for a while.
Yeah, well, so, man, not a lot of people know, but my friend Jason Andrade and my friend Cole Norton, they both drag race. I pretty much grew up, through high school with them. I've known them forever. And, they drag race a lot. They both have actual drag cars. I didn't have a drag car, but I was like, man, I kind of want to tinker with V8s for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening. I found a Mustang for sale. I ended up buying it.
And that was your first Cobra?
that was my first Mustang. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it the white one?
There was a white one. Yeah.
The white Cobra that you had when I first met you?
Yeah, it was like a Cobra like clone kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Had a Cobra bumper on it and whatnot.
Yeah, dude, that was a super clean car.
I miss it,
Yeah.
but then again, I don't.
Yeah.
It sucked. I had to fix so much things on that car.
That's awesome.
I think the only thing that was left untouched on that car was the trans.
Yeah.
Everything else I replaced.
Dude, so I remember meeting you at that Small Town Weekend, and then after that, we started kind of clicking and going to stuff together. And I remember growing up together and going to the street scene, especially when I'd gotten my Evo, dude, there was like shit popping off everywhere. Like, bro, we were racing, if not every night, every weekend, every Friday and Saturday night for like summers on summers.
Yeah, it was kind of a good time in the scene.
Dude,
I feel like.
freaking Michael Karaki, Eric Mason, Jesse, David, Brad, Robert. I'm sure I'm missing some names, but dude, we used to like be out constantly, all the time, just doing anything and whatever. Actually, that race on the intro where you hear me go 3, 2, 1, go, and then we end up taking off. Dude, that's me and Eric Mason's car. Us racing like 2 other cars on the highway doing a roll race.
That's funny.
Yeah, one night down in North Oklahoma City.
Nah, man. Yeah, I think that's around the time I started meeting anyone else too, because I had just recently bought another Mustang. I had that 5.0.
The 5.0, the white 5.0. That
Yeah.
one was clean too, dude.
And
yeah.
I started meeting everybody after that one, and that was a fun time for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
So you kind of went from, being into the import kind of stance show scene to going into the heavy domestic, actually drag racing and roll racing.
yeah.
Was that kind of a twist, or is it something that just came naturally, or how did you feel going into the domestic?
Yeah, it just naturally just came.
Yeah.
Because, man, like I said, I like them all.
Yeah.
I'm not going to discriminate any car.
Yeah.
I like them all, but yeah, like eventually I started buying stuff for the Mustang, and I was like, I should just do this for now. With what I have.
Yeah.
And ended up doing all that. I didn't really race that much with that car. but I was definitely around taking pictures a lot, way more.
Yeah,
know?
and going to more shows. And kind of back to that, what kind of shows and, achievements and people have you been able to work with based off photography? You kind of starting up as an amateur and getting into it, as you were saying earlier. You started learning how to edit and learning how to operate your camera. When did you start taking it seriously?
I think 2016 I started taking it a little bit more serious because I was like, man, I can do some stuff now that I never thought I'd be able to. And I got to shoot with some good people. Like, I got to shoot with Jeff.
Yeah, Asian.
Yep, Asian. Yeah. Everyone knows him as Asian.
Yeah.
Farm truck and Asian anyways.
Yeah.
And, got to work with him. I got to work with Louis a lot, too.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah, he's solid.
Solid dude, man. And then, I got to shoot my fair share of stuff with Richard as well.
Yeah.
Man, Richard put me on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
With 660 Street and the
Yeah.
1% back, or the 99%, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And got to do a lot of drag racing pictures, which is no one really did back then.
Mhm.
They did it at the track,
Yeah.
but they didn't
Not
do
on
it
the street.
on the street.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool too. But
Yeah.
I think a little bit after that is when I started getting a little burned out.
Yeah.
Started slowing
And
down.
dude, it kind of sucks. That's the one thing I feel like we all go through is like when you do it as a hobby and do it for fun, dude, you love it and you enjoy it. But when it feels like it's a schedule and you have to be there and you have to be doing it and you got to make sure you get this done, that's when it kind of burns you out and you start feeling a drag and it's not as fun as it used to be as much as a hobby.
No, not at all. And that's where sadly, like, it starts going downhill.
Yeah.
And you're trying to decide whether you still want to keep doing it or not, because obviously you still have to work for a living.
Yeah.
Most of this stuff are just hobbies. It's not the way that we put food on the table.
Yeah.
So
Make our main financial income.
yeah.
Yeah.
So after that, I kind of just stepped away for a little bit, and I did more car stuff. It was good though. It was a good way to balance it, because
Yeah.
I remember those following years I worked a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I got any Saturdays off.
Yeah.
I worked Monday through Saturday the whole year.
Yeah.
Got one day off a week.
Well, I remember I didn't see you for like forever, dude, and that's the main reason why.
Yeah, man. And then from there, I was like, I want to go take pictures now because I don't get to do nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Now you want to go out and start doing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would
It
go
kind
back
of
and
resets
forth.
that table.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you feeling burnt out and overdrawn, the gauge starts going back down to where you feel reset.
Yeah, at that point, you just want to go back and forth. You're
Yeah.
like, I'll take pictures. Okay, I'm good now.
So you've kind of been through all three scenes, and we'll talk about it here in a second, your trip to Japan. But, you lived the stance game and the stance life. You went into the drag racing, roll racing scene, and then also you've been a part of the drifting here and there and been able to see some of the drifting. I know you don't discriminate against those three styles, but out of those three styles, what do you enjoy more? How was it transitioning to each one and being able to go out and see?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I think it's almost like a mood thing. Like, if I want to see some cars get down, man, the streets is definitely the way
always.
to do it. Like there's some cars that literally hit 140 miles an hour in the eighth of a mile.
Yeah.
Insane. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And then one day you just want to chill. You just want to go with your friends at our stands.
Yeah. Go get
Man,
boba.
Then they have show cars, man. They just cruise.
Yeah.
Go take pictures somewhere.
Yeah.
And then obviously, if you want to go for some cool ride-alongs, sometimes you just want to do that.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'll go to those
do a
drift events
event.
every now and then. Yeah, dude, especially the Oklahoma with Full Lock Drift. It's starting to build up slowly
Yeah, it
but
is.
surely. They're
Yeah.
starting to get more of a following down here.
Yeah, man. All the drift ride guys are been killing it lately too.
Yeah.
Man, I don't go as much. I don't go as often as I want to
Yeah.
drift events.
Yeah.
To go support my friends, because obviously, man, I don't know how to drift a car. I don't
Yeah.
know how to do all that. But
you remember Jeremy Davis drifting his Lexus, and he fucking knocked his front bumper, and he was rolling around here and there with no front bumper on the front of his car.
oh, Jeremy.
I remember him drifting that thing, dude. I wasn't there when it happened, but I saw the picture,
Man,
and
he was on X Games mode.
yeah, full X Games mode, dude. He was committed. He drifted the shit out of that Lexus for a while, which was his daily driver.
Yeah. You wild, man.
Yeah.
You wild.
Yeah. But following up to that, you actually went on a trip to Japan with Jeremy.
Yes, I did.
How long ahead did you guys have to plan that? Was that just like a bullshit moment of you guys talking back and forth, and like next thing you knew you bought tickets, or how did that get locked in?
Yeah, so at first I was just like, obviously Jeremy's been more than once or twice to
yeah.
Japan.
Yeah,
so,
he's heavily influenced, especially by the Japanese culture and anime and kind of everything that seeped down through anything and everything that has to do with not even just Japanese, but Asian in general.
Yeah. So like, it was almost like a bullshit idea that
Yeah.
out of nowhere just came up one day. He's like, "Hey man, let's go to Japan."
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm down," and then we didn't really think it was gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
And one day we're like, "Hey man, I think we should start planning for it." He's like, "I'm down."
Yeah.
So we start planning for it. We start looking for plane tickets.
Yeah.
All that. And one day I came across a $650 ticket round trip
Uh-huh.
for each person.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hey man, I don't know if you're down actually or not, but I just bought these 2 tickets, so I hope you're ready."
No shit.
Yeah.
Really?
And he's like, "All right."
Bet.
So from there we started planning.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I bought them like 8 months ahead.
Yeah.
So it was a while to plan. It took a little bit while to plan, but
Yeah. What all went into that? Because you guys have Tyler over there, right? Tyler, who used to live here, lives over there now.
yeah,
He's a teacher.
Yeah, Jay lives over there still.
Yeah.
And so we ended up just planning a trip,
Yeah.
and we stayed over there for 2 weeks.
What was kind of the trip? Obviously, you flew out here from Oklahoma. Where did you go to?
So we flew into, I want to say it's called Narita Airport.
From Oklahoma?
No, we actually flew out of. So we drove to Dallas.
Okay.
Flew out of Dallas to LA.
Uh-huh.
And then from LA to Japan.
Okay, so you didn't go the east route. You went west. I'm guessing that's closer than going over east.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
I think from LA to Japan is, I want to say 11 hours.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No.
It's on a plane.
It gets old though.
I believe it. Yeah, especially when you're stuck. How was the plane ride? Was it comfortable, or did you guys get stuck in?
It was okay.
Yeah.
You can't sleep because you're too excited.
Yeah. You had to pull that Drake song. Took a Xanax on the flight.
Nah, I wish.
Yeah.
No.
How does that song go? Now I'm out like a light.
Yeah, out like a light.
Yeah.
Nah, I wish. I think Jeremy slept for a little bit, but I didn't get to sleep at all.
Well, dude, especially when you're heavily influenced and you're growing up, and now you're actually going over there to see where all of it originates from. So
yeah, it was kind of insane. Kind of insane feeling that you're actually there.
So how was it stepping off the plane and going through the airport?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Just like, you're like, this is like welcome to Japan. Everywhere.
Yeah.
In all languages.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're nice people. Over there.
Yeah, and it's a huge international spot too.
Yeah.
Anybody and everybody is going there.
No, man, it was insane though. Like, it was the biggest culture shock ever.
Mm-hmm. What are some of those things you got to experience?
So obviously, food.
Yeah.
Transportation.
Yeah. Food is a huge difference over there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Man, over there, man,
Is it kind of like the Hispanic culture, Hispanic food, where it's like more Americanized over there, but once you get over there and get where it actually, again, originates from, it's a totally different factor?
Yeah, I feel like everything's Americanized to an extent. But, no, man, food over there is delicious.
Yeah.
Even at 7-Eleven, it's good.
Dude, and that's another thing I've heard and talked about is like they have like vending machines for pizzas and vending machines for sushi and...
Yeah, funny enough, I remember we were at Daikoku, which is one of the parking areas where everyone meets up at night, all the cars. They had a vending machine, and it had had hamburgers and it had French fries.
Dude, that's insane.
So I got a French fry one.
Yeah.
I actually have a video of it. I'll have to show you later, but they came out crispy too.
Really?
I was like, this is no way.
Dude, imagine if we had those over here.
Yeah, I'd be getting French fries out of the vending machine all the time.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. So, kind of going into the cold car culture, did Jay take you guys into that, or how did you guys find out that scene?
Well, I mean, it's all over the internet where, like, they go to Daikoku or, I forgot the name of the other one, but there's a lot of parking areas where people go up and meet.
Yeah.
And
is it kind of like over here, it's just every month, every weekend thing? Or?
It's almost like an every night thing
really?
for them.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you go up there on a random weeknight, there's people up there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because, like, it's a legit parking area where you can go and rest. But people would just show up there because it's in the middle of the highway.
Yeah.
You can't walk there. You can't take the taxi there.
Yeah.
You have to drive up there with someone. So, no, luckily enough, my friend Carrie, he used to be over there a lot. And he normally transports, like, I won't say parts and whatnot from Japan and whatnot. And he used to be over there a lot for looking for parts, etc., etc. Luckily, he was there at the time whenever we were there, and we got lucky enough where we were able to hitch a ride with him to the parking areas and got to see everything that night.
I think I vaguely remember him, too, because Tyler used to always talk about him whenever he lived here.
Well, I don't know if they know each other.
No?
But Carrie's from Dallas.
Okay, maybe it was from you or Jeremy then, because I remember you guys saying somewhere you were able to get parts, like, literally from Japan.
Yeah.
Due to someone you knew over there.
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, he was nice enough to take us around, you know, and...
That's got to help a lot, knowing someone over there that's kind of been in the scene and knows where things are.
Yeah, man, he knew a lot of people.
Yeah.
Man, it was a Friday night, too.
Yeah.
He took us probably on the best night. It rained all the day that day as well, which is funny.
Are you driving around listening to funk hop?
Nah, but
Like the Japanese rap and the funk playlist, the sci-fi,
the
lo-fi.
lo-fi to chill to and relax to.
Yes, while it's raining in Japan. I feel like you got to do it to get the full experience.
Man, that probably would have been relaxing, honestly, over there, because it rains but it rains like so peacefully.
Yeah.
It's tropical over there.
Yeah. How was it seeing the car scene over there from over here? Like, I'm guessing obviously a lot more imports than domestics. You probably saw like 0 to no domestics.
Funny enough, I actually saw some.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they were stationed there, maybe, or what, but no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I saw like so many weird cars that you would not think of seeing over there.
Yeah.
Like a 2-door Tahoe.
Really?
Like an OBS 2-door Tahoe. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's that doing here?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was cool though, because I mean, I'm not gonna say Japanese have way more quality builds than we do, because I feel like that's not true.
But I feel like the culture is a lot more.
Man, they're very good when it comes to detail.
Yeah.
Like, they have beautiful cars over there.
Yeah.
And I got to see it firsthand, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
What are kind of some of your favorite builds over there that you got to see?
I mean, I got to see like there was the soup. It was a Mark IV Supra. It's an FD RX-7 parked next to each other. They had matching wheels. Mm-hmm. It was sick.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I took
super clean.
I took like 50 pictures of them when I was there.
Yeah.
I got to see. I remember I took a picture of a Nismo GTR when I was there too, and everyone loved that picture because like you can see the whole background with nothing but buildings.
Yeah. See, that's why I would want to go, dude, just for the influence of that. Like, not for just one subtle thing, but everything when it comes together. Like, the car culture, the food, the experience, the places, the backdrop. I feel like that's what makes it all over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a clean place.
Yeah.
Nice people.
Yeah.
And great food. Like,
I feel like I have to ask this, but did you and Jeremy get drug into any alleys by Asian women?
No, we did not.
You didn't?
No.
I've heard that's a thing over there.
Man, I thought too.
If you go to the wrong district.
Yeah, but probably by Yakuza. But
yeah.
but no, man, we didn't get in no trouble or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have any problems over there. Luckily, I know Jeremy had issues before one time, one of his visits with Yakuza, but they left him alone because he was a foreigner.
Yeah.
But no, man, look, most of the time there's a lot of stuff over there that don't want foreigners in there.
Really?
Like cafes, like some maid cafes. Yeah, they don't allow foreigners in there.
Why?
I don't know.
That's interesting. I've never heard that before.
Probably because foreigners are way different than Japanese people.
Yeah.
You know?
Just anything from mannerisms to... I believe it. So kind of the food spots. What food did you get to go over there and try while you were there? What did you enjoy?
Man, a lot of curry. It was a lot of cocoa.
I believe
a lot of Coco's curry, which delicious.
You got the true sake?
I got some sake. Well, Jay took us out bar hopping one time. And
Didn't you guys go karaoke in or something?
I don't remember. I don't think so. But
you're like, I was on the sake, so
man, we were drinking. We were eating all kinds of bar food over there.
Dude, I feel like it's got to be so good, dude.
It is.
So good, bro.
It is.
Fuck.
It's so cool because, like, there's screens everywhere on your table.
Yeah.
You want another beer? Guess what? You just press that button and they bring you another beer.
Yeah.
Like, it was so cool.
Yeah. Well, and that, too, like, the technological difference. Did you have one of the toilets that were, like, sunk down on the ground?
No.
You didn't?
Luckily
Really?
enough, I didn't have to put up with one of those.
Really?
But they all had bidets.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Yeah, did you get your butthole sprayed?
No, I did
No?
not.
Did you
No.
turn it off?
Yeah, I turned it off.
You looked at it, you said, I ain't about this shit.
I was like, nah, this is not me.
You didn't even think about it?
Nope, not even twice.
It wasn't even a suggestion.
No, but I did
That's so funny.
But I did get to use the seat warmer, which is really nice when it's cold.
It's like a toilet seat warmer?
Like it's just imagine a regular toilet seat, but it has a heater in it.
Yeah, dude, that's needed. I need one of those ASAP.
Like imagine the middle of the night when it's cold.
Yep.
Like
trust me, I've been there. I've done it. I've fought those wars.
It's so nice.
I've fought those battles before.
It's
that
so
or
nice.
like if you don't have any kind of thing over your tile, like anything to put your feet on, and then you're standing on cold tile, dude, it ruins the experience. Absolutely fucking horrible. I hate it, dude. Hate it. I've fought those battles one too many times.
Yeah, but nah, it'd be like that though. And then what else?
Dude, I used to be a huge Speed Hunters fan. Huge Speed Hunters fan. I was such a Speed Hunters fanboy, and they would follow and capture a lot of that stuff over in there, Japan. So you would get to see the actual RHD Supras and actual R34s and R33s, R32s, and RX7s and stuff like that, dude. They used to capture some of the sickest stuff, dude, and that's why I want to go over there so bad.
Yeah, I mean, what's cool about those cars too is that like you think they have to go somewhere special to see them. I mean, you'll be walking down the street, you randomly just you see one of those cars just driving down. It's insane. Yeah. Like, just I guess they decided to drive to work that day in their car, and it's there.
It's parked there. How is it from, like, small little differences from the parking to the food to the buildings? Like, what are some things that you can point out that kind of shocked you or that you noticed were different from the get-go?
So, like, over there, obviously, it's a crowded place, right? So, they built up instead of around. Yeah. So there'll be a lot of buildings that have a lot of different things in one building, but they're just in different floors. Yeah. So that was different.
Did you get to see any of the parking garages where they like go up? It's like the elevator looking thing.
No, I wish. No? I wanted to see one so bad, but I didn't get to see one.
Dude, that idea is just so crazy to me. Yeah, like so crazy.
And they're real too. Yeah. That's the crazy part. But no, I mean I didn't get to see one. Like sadly.
I remember Jay went over there, and then he posted up his, like, Slan Lexus on chrome wheels, and it's got the exhaust that's, like, flanged up and out with, like, the lights and, like, the taxi light on top of it. I'm like, dude, that shit's wild.
Yeah, like, the bus is so cute.
Yeah, you would see that over here in the United States, especially in Oklahoma, and people would be like, what the fuck is going on with that?
Yeah, all the people with lifted trucks would be like, what is that?
Dude, I've talked to some people overseas, dude, and they are like completely mind blown about the lifted truck thing. Like, it is just like one of those things where it's just such an American cultural ordeal that they don't have those over there like we do over here. Like the 30-inch wheels with like the 8-inch lift, stuff like that. That's like super heavily over dramatic. They don't understand it, nor have they ever seen it.
Yeah, like it's definitely not either.
I had a friend from, I think it was England, and she was like, if she ever came over, the first thing she wanted to do was ride in a truck. And I'm like, dude, that's so fucking weird to me.
Driving a big yee truck.
Yeah. Yee. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. So you ended up getting to spend some time over there in Japan, getting to see kind of cultural differences, and ended up coming back. Coming back and kind of settling in. Did you spend enough time over there where it was like you were ready to go home, or do you wish you were there for forever?
I definitely wish I'd stay there longer. Yeah. Because I always tell everyone this.
You guys were there 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. So, I always tell everyone this. Like, when they're like, oh, I plan on going to Japan one day. I'm like, man, like, this is the sad truth, but you're going to go there and experience all this stuff, but you're going to wish you had more time to go experience more. Yeah. And just how it is, I think with any place that you go to. But no, I was sad. It was like post trip depression.
Almost, yeah. Well, absolutely. Some place as beautiful as that, and there's some place that, like I said, where you're heavily influenced into the anime and the gaming and stuff like that. Did you guys get to go to any kind of like markets or any arcades or things like that?
Oh yeah, we went to a lot of arcades.
Yeah. Is it fucking nuts over there or what?
Yeah. Especially, man, Jeremy wanted to go to arcade so bad. Yeah. And randomly he'd be like, hey, I'll be back. And go to arcade.
Just fucking disappear.
Yeah. I'd be like, all right, I guess I'll go to the bookstore or something. Just chill. Nah, man, that man had a blast, though. Yeah. Playing. Like, they're fun, though. Like, man, like, all arcades down there are crazy. And they're everywhere, too.
Yeah. What kind of games or what kind of things do they have over there that you wouldn't see over here?
That I wouldn't see over here? Yeah. Man, there's not much that I wouldn't see over here. mainly food, I guess.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff that we have, they have too, you know.
Yeah.
Or stuff that they have, most of the time we have it too. But obviously, we don't have bidets like them
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to
know?
buy you one for Christmas. I'm going to get you one. That way you
Nah.
have it, dude.
Nah, man, I'm good.
So you ended up coming back over to Japan, and I know you had the Mustangs for quite a while. You had the 5.0 and then also the Cobra clone. At what point did you decide to get rid of those and get into the vet that you had?
So, funny enough, it's not that I was tired of them,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, man, I've always wanted a vet.
Yeah.
And one day I drove my friend Bratz, and he said, man, just take it for a drive, you know, see how you like it.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
Fucking fell in love
Loved
right
it.
then and there. Yeah.
And like this,
Is it just different from the Mustang platform?
yeah,
or?
it just feels so much better.
Really?
Like driver wise,
Yeah.
everything's set up for you better.
Because those sit a lot more deep in, right, than the
Yeah.
Mustang seats,
Yeah,
which
it's-
I'm sure makes a huge difference alone.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're laying flat on the floor almost.
Yeah.
Like this, you don't really sit high up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the steering wheel's a telescopic wheel or whatever it's called.
Uh-huh.
So like it moves front and forward, like front and back to your liking.
Yeah.
And then the shifter's right at arm's reach. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to go out of your way.
Yeah.
Like it just feels great.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds great.
So you decided from there on, dude, you're a Chevy cuh.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, no, get my car. And then I sold one Mustang and then I sold the other one.
Which one did you sell first?
I sold the older one first.
Did that hurt?
Not really.
Really?
No, not really.
Really?
No.
I feel like that would have been a part of you because, dude, you came up in the car scene with that car a lot, dude. That was like your image. When anybody saw that car, they knew you were there.
Yeah, I think I was tired of it.
Yeah.
From fixing so much stuff because, man, I had to put a new motor in there. I had to put. So
I remember
much.
you telling me that a while back.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So you got rid of the first Mustang and then you started hunting for a vet.
Yes.
How'd that go?
I looked for like 3 months.
Was that Facebook Marketplace time?
Yeah, first
Yeah.
marketplace time.
Yeah.
You know, looking around, and one day I found one. I think it was Texas Heart Rides that had it 1st, right? And
Dude, that's another badass dealership. I've driven past that place multiple times going down to Dallas to race bikes, but I've never actually stepped foot in there. I've wanted to go see like their actual inventory in person
it's
so
cool.
many times.
They got
Yeah.
some, in their showroom. They have some.
Dude,
insane cars.
They post up CTSVs all the time, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, like
Fuck.
you go to a showroom.
Yeah.
They have pretty sure they had GT3 RS last time.
Yeah, dude. See,
Just-
and that's another dealership that's growing up there and kind of getting bigger into the game where, dude, their inventory just keeps getting stupid and stupider.
Yeah, they had to rebuild. They had to rebuild the whole building again. I guess because I guess I-35 construction because they're getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So they had to rebuild again. But yeah, so they had one, which is funny enough. It was one of the salesman's cars there.
Uh-huh.
He was selling his own CL6.
Uh-huh.
I hit him up and I guess it sold.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, you know,
One of those
it's cool, I
things,
guess.
yeah.
But he was like, man, I just got another silver one that just came in. I haven't posted yet, which ended up being the one I bought.
Yeah.
Funny enough, right?
Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
were all the details on it?
So it had 15,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it had no miles on it. It was 2008. You know, in 2020, that's 12 years,
Yeah.
and they barely put any miles on it.
Yeah. So that's pretty much fresh
Yeah.
and untouched.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was cammed already.
Yeah.
It had long tubes.
Yeah.
And that's it, really. They didn't have much stuff done to it.
Yeah.
And ended up going down there and buying that car. Drove it back. I was like, man, this car's great.
Yeah.
I actually dailied that car for like 2 months.
No shit.
Yeah,
Did you sell the Mustang in order to get that?
yeah.
So you went down from having 2 or 3 cars to only just having the
Yep.
Z06?
Yeah, I ended up buying a Camry a little bit after that.
Yeah.
But I daily drove that car for 2 months and it was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it so much because, I mean, it wasn't crazy. It wasn't a crazy car yet.
Yeah.
And, no, luckily, I had my foot in it. So, I didn't think of doing anything to the car yet.
Yeah.
I bought wheels for it.
Yeah.
But
What wheels did you get for it?
I bought welds.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Like front and back.
Hell yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I mean, it didn't really click on me yet. That,
Weld needs to make a wheel for a motorcycle, bro. I'd
Yeah.
run some deep dish.
That'd be
Deep
cool.
dish fucking welds for my street bike.
Some anodized wheels. That'd be cool. But yeah, like after that, like I got into that scene. And
Did you go to Texas 2K with that car?
I did.
How was that? Dude, that's yet another thing. Thankfully, they're moving up to Dallas, so I'll be able to go this year. But that's another thing I've missed out on, dude. I've never been to TX2K down there.
TX2K is insane.
I believe it, 100%.
It is insane.
So how was it taking that car down there and going? Did you get to play around at all and see the event?
So I took it down there literally a month into owning it. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I drove it. I didn't really get to race.
Yeah.
I mainly got to like see and spectate.
Yeah.
But it was cool because I got to see what I wanted to go with this car, you know.
Yeah.
But lucky enough, I got to see that whole thing again because, man, I never taken a car to TX2K. So that alone is what gets you to want to do more things to your cars.
Yeah.
And then come back and race.
Yeah.
When I got to do that, it was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. How much power do you think it was making at the time?
It made like 500.
Yeah, which, dude, that's a lot of fun in a coupe, especially something as small as that.
And they don't weigh much.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, I made 500 to the wheels, I believe, around there.
Did it stick pretty well?
Yeah.
Once you put tires on it?
Well, yeah, I had drag radials on it.
Yeah.
By then.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's badass. Do you miss it?
Yeah, I miss that car.
Yeah. So why'd you end up getting rid of it?
So actually, man, it was like a transition in life, kind of like.
Yeah.
I had already been thinking about buying a house.
Yeah.
So I was like, man,
I feel like that's the sword of it all.
Yeah, I was
that
like,
will get you.
Yeah, I was like, I think it's time, you know.
Yeah.
And that's why. Well, like, you know, the year after that was when I posted it up for sale and sold it to buy a house because you know market is still crazy right now.
Yeah, it's an understatement. So you ended up getting rid of the Vet and going into your newest car, which is the Civic Type R. It's a Teggy?
Yeah, I had well before that I had a hatch.
I remember that. Yes, the hatch.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a hatch in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And drove it back.
Yeah.
On the 85.
That's nuts. Did you really?
Yes.
How did that go?
It sucked.
Why San Francisco?
That's where I found the car.
It was just the right car?
I thought it was the right car.
What was all done to it?
So, it, like fresh paint on it.
Yeah.
It was case swapped.
Yeah.
It made almost 300 on motor. Which is crazy for a 4-cylinder.
For a hatch, yeah. That's nuts.
You know, 4-cylinder car doesn't make that much power normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, NA car.
Yeah.
Made almost. Had AC. Had a bunch of cool stuff on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was the car. So I went to go. I literally booked a flight to San Francisco and went and bought it.
That's nuts. I did not know that. And you drove it back on the 85? Mm-hmm. How did that work? Did you download an app or what? Or did you put like gas jugs in the back of it?
No, I did have I had like an external gas tank too. But no, the app that everyone has, the alternative fuel, I think is what it's called. I use that to kind of make my route because I drove from San Francisco to San Diego, from San Diego to Tucson to Las Cruces, and then Albuquerque, Amarillo, you know, then
back to Oklahoma City. Yeah,
I had a route for 85.
Yeah,
because it wasn't flex fuel.
That's insane, dude. I did not know that. I remember because last time you and I met up, or when I had saw you, you had that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know you had drove back all the way E85 with that.
Yeah, and then so I broke down like an hour and a half into the trip, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So it made me hate that car.
What happened?
So funny enough, before flying out to buy that car, I guess the radiator started leaking.
No shit.
So I told the guy, I was like, hey man, just weld it up. I don't care.
Yeah.
If it holds, it holds, you know. He ended up buying a new radiator for it. It didn't fit fine on the fan shroud. So I guess when I was driving down, the fan hit the radiator, hit like a little fin somewhere, started leaking from it.
No shit.
Started overheating.
No shit. And you were by yourself, right?
I was by myself.
No shit. Yeah, fuck that, dude.
So I ended up, you know, being stuck in San Jose.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
How'd you get it fixed?
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I was like, hey man, I was like, either you come help me fix it, because I was like, at this point, I was like, I know where you live.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come drop it off for you. I don't care.
Yeah.
Or you get my money back.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I kind of spent the money already.
What the fuck?
So I was like, so you're gonna come help me fix it, right?
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
He came and helped me fix it. He came in, brought me a brand new Mishimoto radiator and everything.
Where were you?
I was in San Jose.
So you were staying there?
No. Well, I had to stay there for a night.
So he met you there?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, we fixed.
How long of a drive was that?
From
Where he was?
an hour and a half.
Okay, that's not too bad.
No,
yeah.
it's not. But yeah, he came and helped me fix it, and then we ended up. Because man, honestly, I wish I could have fixed it. But man, I was already mad. I was already like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm stuck in a city where I don't know anybody.
Yeah, and you're far away from home.
Yeah, it has a K-swap radiator in it that's smaller than normal, so I can't go into a parts store and buy that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Luckily, I got stuck outside in O'Reilly's,
Yeah.
so any part that I needed, I went in there and got it.
Yeah.
Ended up fixing it, and then I started heading back on my route again the next morning, which that sucked. I ain't gonna lie to you, that sucked.
Yeah.
But I was stuck in a nice part of San Jose, luckily.
Yeah.
And I got to go eat over there and whatnot.
And go check out some other places while you're around.
And I was like, well, might as well. I'm stuck here.
Yeah. Well, that's nice of him to go through and kind of come back and help you out, dude. A lot of people aren't like that these days, especially on the Facebook Marketplace game.
Yeah, like
it's like you buy it and it's your problem. Good luck.
Yeah, like exactly. Like At that point when I got home, I was like, I should have. Honestly, could have said no.
Was he Hispanic?
No.
What?
He was like, I want to say he was Filipino.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, because if it was a white person, they probably been like, fuck you, my money. I've already spent it. Good luck.
Like, you fucked, bro.
Bro, that's why I hate, dude. That's why I get so much anxiety of buying things off of Facebook Marketplace. Whether it's as small as like a fucking TV or as big as a vehicle. Because, dude, I feel like you end up buying something, especially over here, South Oklahoma City or... dude, anywhere. Dude, people are just so shitty these days, bro. People are so fucking shitty. I could go on about this for an entire episode. But, dude, people just don't care anymore. We don't have that friendly, like, family touch, which I'm sure you got to go see, and it was kind of an difference over in Japan of how people treated each other. We don't have that anymore over here.
Yeah, like, it's just a moral thing, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, dude, that he was fucking able to come out and help you and kind of, make the situation right and then help you get along your way home.
Yeah,
So.
he ended up even, like, paying for the stuff
No
to
shit.
fix it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome.
Luckily, I got lucky. I really got... Because I almost... At one point, I was almost about to give up, and I was like, I'm going to just go bring a U-Haul.
Yeah.
And just
then bring it back.
tow it home.
Yeah.
Or tow it to my family's place in San Diego.
Yeah.
Until I find out how much it is to rent a U-Haul. They're like, yeah, it'll be $2,600.
You know why?
Because they don't want people. Because everyone was moving out of California.
I was gonna say because it's owned by a white man.
Probably. working for the white man.
But yeah, dude, no, that's fucking crazy. I don't blame you at all.
Yeah. So luckily, I got back on my my route.
Yeah.
I ended up leaving San Jose like around 6, and then got to like Lake Elsinore, a little bit south of LA. Lake Elsinore area.
Yeah.
And there was a meet going on.
No shit.
An OG Honda meet.
Yeah.
From back in the day, used to be called the iBlock meet. And I was lucky enough to see that as well.
Did you take the car there?
I took the car there.
That's badass.
No one cared for it though, because the cars that were there, like, were insane.
Really?
The quality of the cars that were there is like miles above what the car that I just bought.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad. But
You know what you got on top of them though?
What?
You don't have emissions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be like, I'm going back to Oklahoma. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. They don't care.
Well, that's badass, dude. You got to see some of the LA car scene while you're there as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've never partaked in, dude. I've never been able to see out west how, kind of the car scene and the generations is out there.
It is insane. The quality of cars out there is insane.
I believe it, yeah.
Like, it's just hard because, like, here, you don't really see them come out. Over there, there's so many.
Yeah. Well, dude, like we were talking earlier, I feel like our car scene here has definitely died down from when it was you and I growing up. Because, dude, we used to have that here in Oklahoma City. That wasn't an issue. But, dude, it's shot down, like, way, way, way bad since then. Nobody just really gets out or do anything anymore. The true cars, the actual real street cars, like, of course, you get, like, your clapped out boxes here and there, like we were talking streetcar takeovers or the street takeovers. But the true guys, unless there's an actual event going on, you never ever see them.
Yeah, like, for example, TXUK.
Yeah.
Or streetcar takeover.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. That's coming up next week.
Next week?
Yeah. Are you going to be there?
I hope so.
I'll be there. I should be there for the Friday night ordeal and the Saturday event.
Yeah, because I guess we'll see how it goes
Yeah.
with work.
Yeah.
As long as I don't have to work.
Well, dude, you should come out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Come out and come chill. I'm excited to see everybody, dude. That's one of the events you're talking about where you actually get to see everybody in the past that you've grown up with and you've seen evolve and are now doing their own thing or have their own car setups or running their own businesses. So
yeah, like it's just, it's life.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
Whether you want it to or not.
So what was the triggering point of you bringing that Honda home and then selling it?
Man, honestly, like I said, part of me hated it because they broke down on me. And I just, since that day, I had like a little grudge on it.
Yeah.
My friend Tony tried to talk me out of it, but
Yeah.
I was like, I'm tired of it.
Well, I feel like you got a really good deal, dude. So tell everybody what you own now, what you ended up selling, and what you ended up finding.
So I sold that hatch.
Yeah.
And ended up buying. Well, I waited a little bit. I didn't have another car for a while. I was like, man, I'm tired of
Cars.
for a little
Fucking
bit.
done with it.
I was like, I'll buy something when I find something that I want.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, there was a Type R that popped up in Norman not long ago.
Yeah.
And price kept going down. I was like, I'm going to keep watching this car.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep watching it. Went down, kept going down. Finally went down enough to where I'm like, okay, I think I can do that.
What was the starting price?
30.
What did it get to?
20.
No shit. They started at 10 grand fucking difference?
I guess the guy needed to sell it because he was about to buy a brand new truck.
Jesus.
Buy a brand new Raptor, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was like, I need this gone.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I messaged the guy. I'm like, hey, man, I'm interested. Like, can I come see it?
Yeah.
Anytime soon. He's like, yeah, but there's someone else already coming to see it tomorrow. If they flake or they don't buy it, then I'll let you know. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, I got excited for a second, and then I was like, okay,
That's another reason why I hate buying things on Facebook.
I was like, they're probably gonna buy it,
Yeah.
whatever, I'll find something else.
Yeah.
Later on that same night, guy hits me up. He's like, hey man, bring me 16.5, and you can take it home tomorrow.
What?
So, I call my dad. I'm like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? He's like, nothing. I'm not working. He's like, all right, I'll pick you up in the morning. I'll tell you what I'm buying when we get there.
Yeah.
He was like, all right.
Yeah.
It's my dad. He tries to talk me out of stuff too, because, like I said, he will deny that he likes that he likes cars.
He's an enthusiast.
But he is.
Yeah.
He loves cars.
Yeah.
No matter what he says. So we get down there, and he's all like, wait, it's on the wrong steering wheel's on the wrong side? I'm like,
yeah, it's a right-hand drive.
I'm like, yeah, it's from Japan.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I test drive and everything. Finally agree on a price and go get the money, and I ended up buying it that day.
So what was it again?
But
The car.
Oh, so yeah, an Integra Type R.
Integra Type R. What year?
It's a 96.
96,
So-
dude, and it's clean.
So I believe
super clean.
So I believe Type R started 96. So 96, 97 is like the same spec. Then they go to 98,
Yeah.
99.
Yeah.
But man, it's a dream car that I've always wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a historic car too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like something about those cars everyone likes.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is like surreal. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe I bought a car that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
And you know how it always happens. You buy something and then something better pops up after.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it happens. But I'm like, nah. I think this is the right choice.
A good deal.
This is the one I wanted to begin with.
Yeah. Dude, it's a hell of a car. It looks immaculate, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, I get to do some like autocross or
That'd be
like some
badass.
road racing.
Yeah.
I have it with it one of these days.
That'd be badass.
I've been already started buying stuff for it and whatnot.
Yeah. What's your goals with it? What do you want to turn it into?
Like for the most part, I wanted it to be a clean car.
Yeah.
That I can, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably not gonna drive it much,
Yeah.
but I want to track it.
Yeah.
For
that'd
sure.
be badass. Some autocross.
Man, I don't want to go do nothing crazy anymore in the streets. I think I'm good on that.
Yeah.
So I want to go autocross
Dude,
or road race.
If I could find a Evo for under 30, I would probably sell my bike and get back into the car game.
Yeah, good luck.
Dude, exactly. Dude, it's insane, bro. Insane.
Evos.
There's one like 100 and something miles, and they were like 26 point something thousand that they wanted for it. And don't get me wrong, it was like a 500 or 600 horsepower Evo, but I'm like, Jesus, bro.
You mean even stock motor ones are going
Yeah.
for a lot?
Yeah.
I seen one the other day that had 120,000 miles on it. They wanted 28 for it.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. Absolutely insane.
It was stock turbo, stock motor car.
Yeah, if I could ever find one that, or if I decide to pull the trigger, I'll sell my bike and get back in the Evo game.
It'll happen though.
That or a CTSV. I would love to have a CTSV too.
I would too.
Sedan. I think those are the cleanest cars ever, dude. I want one so bad.
Yeah, after owning a CL6, I think having a CTSV would be cool.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing, but in a more
modernized,
comfortable, luxurious package, I guess.
Yep. You can go get your groceries, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, you can make more power too.
Yeah.
Than what I ever made in the CL6.
Want one so bad, bro. So bad. I was talking to Samantha about that. She's got that ATSV. The 6-cylinder. It's the twin turbo. Dude, there's one of those for sale the other day for like 22 or 24, and I was like, maybe, but I want an LS. If I get anything, I would get back into a LS. That, or like I said, a 4G63. I'd get in the Evo game again and get an Evo 8 or Evo 9.
Yeah, man. Evo 9s.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's badass. I'm glad you went through and you've kind of experienced anything and everything, especially on the car scene. You've been there. We just got to get you a drift car.
Yeah.
You just need like a Slam 240 or something.
Yeah, but like I said, man,
big camber. Yeah.
My driving ability is definitely not there for that. So I think I'll leave it for my friends.
We can get one of the go-karts with the naked, like the plastic rear wheels that you like slide around the fucking neighborhood on.
Put some trays underneath.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's badass. I'm glad. How is it shifting on the left-hand side?
It's weird.
Is it? Does it fuck you up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Turn signals are on the other side too.
No shit.
So when I hit the turn signal, sometimes I hit the wipers.
That's horrible. That is so bad.
Like it's sunny and 90 degrees outside, and I hit the wipers.
Yeah, I did not know that they flip those too.
Yeah, like the person next to me is probably like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that's horrible, dude.
Yeah.
How's it go through drive-thrus?
I haven't done that yet.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah.
I think I'll do it one of
You
these
remember
days.
way back when that dude got super famous in the Skyline for going through a drive-thru in reverse?
Yeah.
Dude, that photo blew up like all over the internet.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Reno, the way it is, I'd probably get in trouble for it.
Really?
But I'm still gonna try it.
Really?
One day.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's badass. Like I said, you've had the experience. You've went out and kind of seen, the car culture, not only in the States or only Oklahoma, but you've been around, even, out of country and been able to see and be in touch with what they've got going on over there. And to be influenced by that culture and be able to see it and, bring it back home with your experience, dude, that's a lot of people in small town Oklahoma don't get to go do that, man.
Nope,
A lot of people don't get to go do that. So I'm glad, especially you, all the way out from the bumfuck of El Reno, you've been out to go see it and go do it and bring it back home. So that's badass, dude. Super badass.
Yeah, man. People need to get out a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Out of their comfort zone.
Dude, that's something I need to do. I need to go get my passport and I need to get out of country, even if it's just like to Canada. I just want to go somewhere, just say I've done it and, go see something else in the States. So I would love to go like to Netherlands. Anywhere in Europe would be cool. There's Athena's drinking shout out for the episode, just in case y'all were wondering what that was in the background. Australia, dude, obviously Japan. So you don't know this. But if you look around the corner there, I've got that thing hanging up on my wall. It's a Eagle that over time goes into a jet, a F-15. My grandfather was a mechanic for the Air Force, and he was stationed out of Okinawa, Japan.
Okay.
So I've never been over there, but my uncle was born there. My mom lived there. My grandmother lived there. So although I don't have it in my blood, my mom's side was actually influenced in the culture. The Asian culture was brought back here to Oklahoma, and I grew up in it here with the traditional style of dishes and the clothing and anime and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of got into it growing up.
Yeah.
But I want to go, dude, just to be able to say I've done there. My grandfather, I never got to meet him. He passed away before I was born. But this is one of the places I want to go just to go see it and be able to, realize and understand kind of my family's history and where we've been. My mom, she had a right-hand drive RX-7 back when she lived in Japan. Dude,
really?
I wasn't even a thought in her life, but I was like, dude, you should have fucking kept that thing. That would have been so dope to have that. Yeah, it was red with like the tan seats, the tan leather seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, that thing's so clean, bro.
I mean, you know what's funny too? I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that Okinawa is really different from mainland
Really?
Japan.
Really?
Yeah. Like anything from accent to like food.
You think it's just because it's like a military area?
Yes,
or? Yeah.
I think so. Because you know, people from all over the world
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah. 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been over there for a long time too, dude. Like probably
Yeah.
like 50 years or longer than that.
Probably.
Yeah. But dude, it's badass you've been able to go and do that. When it comes to your like future goals, I mean, obviously you may, if I get the lucky opportunity today, you may shoot some photos of my bike for me. But what are some kind of other goals or things you're working towards, or things in your personal life that you're trying to take care of or you're wanting to go out and do?
Man, so like obviously like buying a house is out of the way now.
Yeah.
So I can do a little bit more stuff.
Which congratulations on that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Man.
Yeah, it's definitely a goal that I overlooked.
Yeah.
Well, luckily, my friends, being the good people they are, they're like, man, that's a big accomplishment
Yeah.
nowadays, you know? And it is, but I also, like, don't want to stop there either. Like,
Yeah.
want to make sure I do everything I have to do.
Yeah.
But luckily, I bought a car again, and I think I'm going in the right direction with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like all the stuff that I'm going to do and hopefully get to race with it,
Dude,
you know?
I would love to go to Fuel Fest with you.
That'd be cool.
We need to go. I will. We can rent a trailer and trailer your car with my truck and go to Fuel Fest one weekend.
That
Dude,
car's,
I want to go so bad.
That car's light too. It's not heavy.
I want to go so bad. But obviously, that's not a place to take my motorcycle. So we can take your car and I can ride with you.
Yeah.
I want to go to that event.
Yeah, hopefully.
I've heard that's fun in Dallas.
Yeah, hopefully I have AC by then. The car doesn't have AC.
Yeah, dude, we can get the little fans with like the squirt bottles in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know why I don't have AC, right? So I actually bought that car from a guy that was in the military. He was stationed in the UK.
Really?
That car's from the UK.
Really?
So they don't need AC over there.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
ripped everything out.
Yeah.
Dash and everything.
So you have to put it all back in, or how does that
Yeah.
work? Does it even have the vents?
Yeah. It has the vents and everything.
Yeah.
Everything from inside the dash is gone.
Yeah.
So I have to replace all that.
So other than buying the house and getting on track with the car, and kind of where you want to go with that, are there any other goals? Do you have anything in photography or anything else in your personal life you're trying to focus on and achieve?
Man, at the moment, not too much other than like kind of get situated with the new job.
Yeah, I know you just transferred
Yeah,
over
man.
to a new company.
Yeah, man. I went from being a welder to now I'm a parts representative now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's different,
Yeah,
but I think I'm going in the right direction.
I feel like it's a lot more relaxed.
Very.
Yeah,
Man, like I've never worked somewhere where like, even somewhere where like, they're chill, they're relaxed. You can go take a lunch and they don't care.
yeah, yeah.
Man, like,
That's how I feel. I just swapped companies recently too, and it's the exact same thing. Like I don't have to excuse myself or announce myself every time I'm leaving or going to do something. Like they know I'm going to handle my business and I'm going to handle my business, and
Yeah.
that's all they need to know.
so the bad thing is that my old job, it was points based. So
Yeah.
if you left early, you got a point. If you missed, you got a point.
No shit. I didn't know they were like that.
No matter what, unless you
Yeah.
have a doctor's note,
Yeah.
which,
Yeah.
fair. But now I'm at the new job, they're like, yeah, man, if you need to go, we understand.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. That's so much better in the workplace.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to come on in another episode and talks about like the toxicity of working and being able to, dude, it relieves so much mental stress and so much pressure of working in a place you enjoy being at.
Yeah, because, like, not gonna lie, I didn't hate the job that I had.
Yeah.
It was
The people.
the management.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
But, no, man, other than that, though, I mean, photography-wise, I just want to take more pictures.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Dude,
at
you're
certain
so
places.
talented, dude. You're so talented, and that's why I try to push on you every now and then to post more on Instagram
Yeah, man, it's hard.
and getting it.
No,
The time to do it. Yeah.
Like, I know people are going to laugh at me at this, but getting your own house and taking care of your own stuff is way different than living at home. So,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I
Like
got,
me.
I got more stuff to do now.
Yeah.
So, like, sadly, I don't get to take many pictures.
Yeah.
But when I do, I try to post them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like last year, man, I realized I didn't take enough pictures during the year.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this sucks.
Yeah.
And one day I just told my girlfriend, I was like, hey, we just need to go to a car event somewhere and go take pictures.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Gallenberg in Tennessee.
That's badass.
For
Hell yeah.
Slam Enough.
Hell yeah.
Which is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I believe it.
Imagine TX2K before
Stance.
Stance.
Yeah, that's badass.
It was sick.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I took pictures everywhere. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Met
yeah.
some new friends from Florida.
Hell yeah.
Met some new friends from, like, I want to say, like, South Carolina.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like, I just need to push myself a little bit more
Yeah.
to take pictures.
Yeah. And like you said, it's definitely, life comes and, your priorities exchange and you get different things in the way that you need to take care of.
Yeah.
Especially responsibilities piling up. But dude, you're super talented, and I always like seeing your work, and I absolutely love your style, and that's one of the biggest reasons I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to get Eugenio down here and take some new photos of the bike. So,
Yeah. Like, it's sad too though, because like, for me anyways, not for anybody else, but I see a lot of talented photographers come up, and I'm like, man, I can't even keep up because I can't even go out there and take pictures anymore because I'm busy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm glad because while I don't get to take pictures, there'll be someone else there, probably practicing to polish their craft a little better.
Well, you have to look at it this way too. While you're not going out and taking pictures, you're accomplishing things in your main personal life that is also a goal to you.
Yeah.
So I've kind of looked at that. Like, I don't get out on the bike scene too much anymore, and a lot of people give me shit. They'll call it a garage queen or a trailer queen, or fucking talk shit that I'm not out racing every weekend. But it's like you were just saying, like, dude, I get to come home in my own space. I get to spend time with my dog. I get the peace of mowing my own front yard.
Oh, that's great. By the way,
little fucking small shit like that. I get to come home and make the food I want for me, and spend time on my own. It's a different kind of peace that I feel like a lot of people take for granted, and you kind of got to sit back and think of it. If you're not out partying, clubbing, you're building yourself, and you have your mind focused on things and priorities that start truly mattering to you, and over time you start finding those things out.
Yeah, it's just how life works.
Yeah, and like you were saying with the girlfriend thing, dude, a goal on mine, like, I think I'm finally getting to the point where I'm ready to settle down with someone. So it kind of is just one of those things. You start going from the car scene of wanting to be the fastest and the baddest or the flashiest, or have the following on Instagram, and you kind of follow into the subject of, I want to have home. I want to have peace. I want to have somebody I can come home and talk to. I want to, go out and mow my lawn or hang out with my dog when I want to. And those things start taking priority over, your everyday car scene that we grew up in.
Yeah.
So.
And what's funny enough is that once that starts happening, you realize how peaceful it is.
Dude, it's super peaceful.
And then you don't want to go at all.
You know what I did the other day? Bro, I left all the bike groups here in Oklahoma. All of them. Left all of them on Facebook.
On Facebook? Okay.
All of them. Just, dude, all the drama and all the posting and people calling each other out and nobody racing. And I was like, dude, you know what? I'm going to shut this shit down. I'm going to leave all of them. I'll keep my main Facebook. That way I can keep up with my friends and talk to people and post what I got going on. But I am, for now on, going to find my inner peace and show up and show out when I want to versus when other people want me there. I found this one quote, and it was like, fuck, dude, now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to take a second to think about it. But it was a quote that was like, make your appearance a reward.
Yeah.
Don't let people take it for granted.
For
and
sure.
Ever since I kind of took that to heart, dude, and I stop showing up for other people, and I'll show up if I want to, and if I want to come out, and if that's what I want to do with my night.
I get that. I feel that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially how it went down for me too. Like before I bought the house.
Yeah.
Obviously I had the Corvette. At the time there was not a faster NA car.
Yeah.
Roll racing wise.
Yeah.
Not day racing. Okay. Yeah. Before you guys say something. Roll racing wise, there was not an NA car in Oklahoma that would beat it.
Yeah.
They can say if it was. I mean, I got accused of spraying nitrous.
No shit.
Yeah, it was funny enough.
Really?
It went from that to just almost nothing, man. I sold the car.
Yeah.
Almost like cold turkey,
Yeah.
But I think it was good.
Yeah.
It makes you kind of grow up a little bit,
Yeah. Well, like I said, dude, that inner peace where you're able to focus on yourself and focus on what truly matters is, dude, it's a piece a lot of people can't find.
Yeah.
I hate to talk about it this way, but it comes to one of those things, dude, people feel like they have to be influenced by others.
Yeah.
I've got one kid here in the bike scene, bro. He feels like he always has to be talked about, always has to be the biggest and the baddest, always has to. I'm like, bro, I couldn't fucking sleep like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see how she acts in this house?
She's so funny.
Dude, Athena, my 145-pound dog, is now standing on top of the couch. So you see that cushion that's right there, that her butt's next to you? Dude, she will plop and take a seat on that thing as if she's a Chihuahua house dog. And she will sit there and watch TV. No shit.
It's her crib now.
Yeah.
It's her place. So
It basically is. I just live here.
So she just, that's how it is, though. That's how it is with my dog, too.
Yeah.
She gets to choose wherever she sits at. She tells me when she's hungry.
And you
she
move around
snack.
it?
Yeah, I move around it.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's one of those things you find inner peace, man. And I wish that upon anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
The day you stop caring about third-party opinions, see, look. She took a seat. The day you stop caring about third-party opinions and the day you start working on yourself financially in your end game and your end goal, I feel like it's a lot more peaceful and you become not only happier with yourself, but the situations you put yourself in and the rewards you get coming from it.
Yeah, I agree.
So-
It's just life's gonna humble you at some point.
Yeah.
So just make sure you're doing what you can for the better of yourself.
Yeah.
And not for everybody else.
Yeah. I feel like that's something I struggled with for a while
Yeah.
too, dude. Like I always had to feel like, I had to be the center of attention or I had to be the one posting up. And then, dude, my mind changed. Like, it just flipped like a light switch. I just stopped caring. And I just didn't care to be the center of the attention or, the topic of every post and just kept my mouth shut. I don't even comment on anybody's post anymore. I just, keep to myself and run through there.
Yeah, man, it'd be like that. Like, it's just, it just clicks one day.
Yeah.
One day it's going to click, and it's not more that you're worried about what's going to happen that one day, but you're going to just figure it out.
Yeah.
I figured it out, luckily.
Yeah.
I got through it.
Yeah.
It was kind of rough at first, but it's fine.
'Cause you feel like it's rough because it's a difference of seeing everybody and talking to everybody all the time to kind of go and ghost.
Yeah, and what's funny enough is that when I do go out, my friends will be like, "Man, why don't you come out?" I'm like, "I'm fine at home."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I go to bed at like 30 or 11. I don't want to be out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, my ass, I started going to bed at like 7 or 8. See, look at her, dude. Dude, that's an everyday ordeal. Every day.
She's so funny.
Dude, she's awesome. I love her so much. But yeah, man. And I think it comes from, seeing everybody and being a part of the post and catching up with everybody 24/7. To, like you were saying, you kind of start feeling lonely at some point. Like you feel like nobody wants to talk to you, but then you remember you're just focused on your own goals and separating yourself from the situation that everybody just happens to be around or be in.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it happens. Like, you almost seem like all my friends forgot about me, but they really didn't. They're just letting you do your own thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it happened to me too. Like, I didn't go out for months, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I just stayed at home. One day I just decided, like, hey, I want to go out.
Mm-hmm.
My friends were like, yeah, man, we'll be over here. You can ride with us if you want. I'm like, oh, really? Like, just like I never left.
Yeah.
Crazy enough, right?
Yeah.
Because, man, if they're really your friends, they're going to understand that you got stuff going on.
Yeah, and things that you want to focus on and achieve yourself. Well, dude, I'm so happy to have you come down here. Awesome podcast with you, dude. I'm super excited we finally get you down here on an episode. For those that want to keep up with you and be able to follow you and kind of connect with you, what are some social media platforms we're able to holler at you on?
Yeah. We on Instagram normally. I normally post pictures on Instagram.
What is your Instagram again?
It is Weeb Eugene.
Yep.
And then I'm on Facebook too.
Yeah.
But
Eugenio
Mejia.
Mejia.
Everyone always asks me how you say that name in Spanish.
Yeah.
It is Eugenio Mejia. In case y'all wondering, but everyone calls me Eugene because it's technically the English version of my name.
Yeah.
That's why everyone calls me Eugene.
Yeah. For anybody and everybody that wants to keep up with him, go follow him on Instagram, dude. This guy's an awesome, talented photographer. Definitely one of my favorites here in the Oklahoma City scene, if not even the nation. So go check him out, follow him, and keep up with him on Instagram. If you guys need to know anything about imports, anything about domestics, anything about pretty much anything and everything culture diversity-wise, especially when it comes to Asian Japanese culture.
Especially food.
And food, yes, food. Give him a follow, keep up with him. Go hit him on Instagram, keep up to date with him. If you need to know anything about cameras, this is the guy to go to as well on that. So, with that being said, anything else you got to say?
Nah, man, I think it was a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely a pleasure being here
Yeah.
because I don't get to talk much lately. I don't. All I do is share memes. That's what everyone gets out of me, right?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm super happy to have you on. Like I said, I'm glad you were able to take the time and appreciate you making the time to come down here.
Yeah,
So,
no problem. My pleasure.
well, guys, that would be it for what is this, episode 5?
Is it 5
Yeah,
or 4?
episode 5 now. Yeah, episode 5 because no, episode 4. Yeah, you're right. Episode 4. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so off, dude. They just come back to back to back to back to back.
Yep.
But yeah, the end of episode 4. Be sure you go follow him again on his Instagram social platform. Keep up with him, and we will see you guys on the next one as always.